Hi there, this is Åsa and I'm back with a layout from last fall, I think. My kids and I went downtown and did some shopping. I think we bought clothes and then we went to a cafe. It's called Chocolate House and they make their own chocolates. And we had hot cocoa and bought a couple of different chocolates, and it was so very sweet and yummy and a very nice event for us. And I wanted to make this layout chocolatey as well. I started by choosing a paper from Bittersweet collection from Basic Grey. It's very old. And then I painted a couple of white doilies with acrylic paint to make them more brown and chocolatey. I used my ink tool to make a couple of coffee stains or ring formed stains onto my brown cardstock, and I just wanted to make it a bit more messy. So just a couple of corner treatments there. Then I took some modeling paste and colored it with acrylic paint from an ink dauber, and I made chocolate. So I thought it was really nice to use a chocolate colored paint for some hearts on this layout. It looks like chocolate when it dries, and the heart almost look like the chocolates that we had. Here in Sweden we are very proud of our coffee tradition, and we have a special word for this. It's called fika, and fika, that's when you go to a cafe and have a coffee and sweets or cake or cookies, and the fika tradition here is very alive, and I wanted to share it with my kids on this very nice day together. So now it's time to kind of create the whole layout then, and now I made the background. So I decided to use this Basic Grey paper as a photo mat for my photos, and it's got a bit of brown and a bit of pink, and I thought that was suitable or perfect for these photos. My daughter wears a purple sweater, and the cafe or the place where we were pretty much had all the browns, and the brown also goes perfectly with the chocolate, so it was these tones that I wanted to use. I cut the doilies and layered them, one in each color, and I just adhered them on the back side of the photo block with some ordinary office tape, and it's a nice way of layering things when you haven't really decided where to place them. So it comes with the block and it stays with the block. And I just tested there if the modeling paste was dry, and I think that I had to let it dry some more. I wanted to use some foam tape to put everything at a bit of a dimension here, so it got off a couple of millimeters off the page, so I was a bit too quick, so I got it crooked, but that will have to do because I had no possibility to get it off the page again, so that tape really sticks where you have put it. So I added some cups of coffee or hot cocoa or whatever it might be from an old stamp set that I had in my stash. I have just recently rearranged all my clear stamps and put them in Ziploc bags of the same size and labeled them with my new labeler that I got for Christmas, and it's been just wonderful. I really recommend that, because before I had all these different sized packages. I stored them in their original packaging, and it was very hard for me to get an overview of what I had, and it was really just messy. So now I have placed them in a container, one of those IKEA containers that is in the kitchen section that I have in my cupboard, and I have that whole container filled with these Ziploc bags, and it's just a piece of card stuck in them to give them a bit of a so they can stand up and not just fall over. And then I have labeled all the packages with the label maker, and I basically threw away all the original packing. It wasn't needed. I just saved the plastic sheet that they're on. I remembered that I had a hot cocoa piece in the hot cocoa collection paper pad, and I wanted to use it. It was white, black on white, and I thought it stood out too much, so I painted it, or I just colored it with my ink tool to make it brown, and I popped it up on some foam tape on the lower corner of the layout. I went through that same hot cocoa paper pad to see if I could find something else that I could use for this layout, and I found that wood grain stylized paper that I used as a layer by the doilies. Then I found this old thickers. It's brown, or more like orange, but brown anyway, and it's one of those purchases I've made because it was cheap, and not because it's pretty, because I don't think it is. I really need to stay off those shoppings that I only do because it's cheap, because it's so stupid. But I was able to spell Chocolate House, which was the name of the place where we went, and I didn't even have to be creative with the words or the letters, so Chocolate House it was, and I used up lots of those rather silly looking thickers. So Chocolate House, and the color was just right, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And now you can see that those hearts really look like you've been sprinkling cocoa on the page, and the background, the circles that I made, they kind of blend into the background, and I also placed a lot of things on top of them, so it's not very visible, just not like it was from the beginning at least. I add a subtitle saying that we had chocolates and hot cocoa, and then I journal on top of the layout with a brown pen to fit the whole theme. I have also stamped various chocolate and chocolate-like sentiments all over the place. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon here in my channel. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.